I have an ATM between my legs and I'm just using it. All I gotta do is put my card in and that's it. And put the PIN number and boom, money just comes right out.
I quit my full-time job to become a full-time stripper.
How many guys you knocking down on spring break? Because it seems like you're just going wild.
It's going pretty
How
crazy.
many guys you knocked down?
We lost count after like 12.
You lost count after 12 guys? See, this is why a lot of dudes don't want to settle down and get married, right? She done got ran through by the time you get to her. She gonna tell you some sad sob story, and I'm quite sure you guys have heard before. Oh, my ex, he was a cheater, and he was this, he was narcissistic. I only been with 3 or 4 guys in my life. They be lying. These women can hook up with 12 guys in a week. It's crazy as it is, man. Don't trust these women's words. Here's the thing, they'll tell you, oh, we got to get to know each other. Or I don't give it up that fast. I don't do that stuff right away. I'm not that type of girl. They're lying.
12 guys on spring break.
Yeah.
How many more guys you knocking down?
On a regular weekend, I'd probably say 3.
3 guys a weekend?
Yeah.
Capture says, exploring an abandoned strip club in Detroit. Empty.
Are some moves that you should avoid doing. Number 1 is the horse leg.
I need you guys to stop thinking that being a stripper is easy. I know you guys see all the money that is being posted on social media, and social media is glamorizing the fuck.
Is that a cat, a Siamese cat, I think, licking her scalp? Come on, man.
Out of it right now, but being a stripper is hard. It's dangerous, and there's a lot of negative things that go along with being a dancer.
I don't want to be a stripper no more. And before y'all be like, what? For everybody that sees the money that dancers make and be like, I'm going to switch occupations. Y'all, I swear to Jesus Christ, big toe, if I could really just undo being a stripper today, I would.
A lot of women, they quit their full-time jobs and they stop going to school and say, okay, I want that quick, fast money, right? I'm going to put on something tight. I'm going to be basically 95% unclothed, and hopefully I get $1,000 every single time I go in there. No, like, keep your full-time job. At least it got benefits. See, women, they don't think long-term for the most part, right? They want that quick, fast money. How can I get rich quick? They don't think about the repercussions of being a stripper, right? You don't get that vacation pay, that overtime, that holiday pay. You're relying on another thirsty, weak man, a spineless loser, to throw singles and 20s at you, and hopefully you get 100 out of that. Sad, man.
Okay, so here I am, once again the only dancer that showed up for the opening shift. So I am preparing myself mentally. This is how dead I was after opening, and I was so terrified. I'm like, what did I do? But I had to stick it out. I kept taking a lot of like really quick breaks to just run to the back room and freshen up because I was on stage so often. So I was like trying to snack. Stage shifts were really good because
That's what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's just say that's $20 right there. Come on, man. Is that worth it? $20? They pay what? Minimum wage is about $22, $23 an hour. Pointless, man. Waste of life.
I was the only person that they could tip. So they were tipping.
When you're a dancer, you're working in this kind of industry, you lead everybody to believe like, oh, I'm living my best life. I have all the money. I can go on all the trips. I can buy all the clothes. But how do you feel when the cameras go off, or you lay down to bed by yourself at night, or the drugs wear off? Like, if you're honest with yourself, you know that you're miserable inside and that those things aren't fulfilling you.
That's key right there, because I feel like the culture that we live in, they glorify it, they glamorize, the stripper life. And I'm not gonna lie, some nights were fun.
Yeah.
Until it wore off.
Yeah.
The caption says, me genuinely tweaking because I have to work an 8-hour shift tonight, dancing on gross men for me to afford a comfortable life being a single mom. Guys, when you go into these clubs, they think you're gross, you're sick, you're ill, because they know what type of man, what type of individual would just come in there and just throw their money, their hard-earned money at these. They see you as desperate, and women despise desperate, thirsty men. Stop going there. It's not worth it.
I remember sitting in my car crying my last day working as an exotic dancer. And I was telling myself, this is not how my story is gonna end.
The caption says, escaping exotic dancing, my story. Like somebody forced you to go in there and swing around that pole. See, women don't like to take accountability. They're always the victims. What are you escaping? You voluntarily put on those heels and put on that tight outfit just to try to make some money. Here's the thing. The reason why they be leaving a lot, I'm going to be real, is because they don't get the money that they're expecting, right? They be expecting thousands and thousands of dollars every time they go in there. No, you're going to be getting $20, $10, right? You ain't going to be getting that amount of money. And then they want to say, oh, I'm escaping. No, you just didn't make the money that you were expecting.
Because I would remember every time I went in there, it was just dark, the darkness, not just the ambiance of the room, but how it felt being there, full of drugs, alcohol, liquor, full of women, not an empowering space of women, full of women, full of competition. They don't want you to take their person, or just things like that. It was just a negative place. And I'm like, I can't do this my whole life. I know that I'm struggling. I know that I need help. And I know that I can't pay my rent this month. And I know that opportunities are not coming to me at all, even as hard as I try. But I can't keep doing this anymore. It got to a point where even the customers in the club were like, girl, this is not you anymore. What are you doing here, sis? What are you doing here, babe? You need to leave. Because my spirit was not for that place. And
on the job, I basically quit 3 months ago, calling me last night to tell me I'm fired. No, they didn't give me an explanation. Technically, they don't have to. If you have ever worked as a spicy dancer, you already know, bitch. You can get...
Wait a minute. You telling me she's a dancer and y'all thirsty men are throwing money at this chick? She is below average looking. Guys, listen, the thirst needs to stop. Have some sort of self-control.
Fired, and the clubs don't have to tell you why they fucking fired you. They don't have to give you an explanation at all. But in my opinion, the elephant in the room, the two things that it could have came down to is the fact that I've gained weight and I don't go to work.
When I was 18 years old, I took a trip to California with some friends and we went on Sunset Boulevard and we ended up going to a strip club. I had never been to a strip club before in my life, so my friends wanted to take me. And they say, Ian, don't fall in love with any strippers.
The caption says, I fell in love with a stripper, and this is his story.
I'm like, why would I fall in love with a stripper? Come on, guys. Well, I end up falling in love with a stripper. I don't know what it was, but I got like obsessed by the end of the night.
Well, for starters, you was 18. That's number one. Number two, women know us men are visual creatures. So they appeal to that. They can have that certain aura. They can appeal to that. They can, you know, be your fantasy for that little time that you're in that club. This is how they get men obsessed. This is how they keep men coming back, because they put on this image, right? And this character, and they be what you know, what your wife can't be or your girlfriend can't be. They be that sort of kinky, you know, lustful type of chick. And then that's how men continue to come back. They have that little soft voice and, hey baby, hi, how's it going, and everything like that. And you're like, oh man, hey, you feel good in that little moment, right? It's like a dopamine hit for a lot of guys.
To me, I thought this was like the hottest girl on the planet, and like it was my first love. I end up inviting her and one of her coworkers back to our hotel. I didn't want them to come to the room we had though, so I booked a second hotel room that night for them. When the two of them are in the room, I'm like laying on the bed, throwing singles all around, and I'm starting to sober up a little bit. And I'm realizing these two girls are not that attractive at all, and I wasn't really in love.